Yes, that's right. It's 7 p.m. Eastern on a Saturday evening. That means we are live again. What up, Bob? Great to see you, my man.
Hi.
Happy
Hello,
Saturday.
everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us and giving us your time once again. Speaking of time, there he is, our premier channel member. You are actually not first, Sherry Vegas. Time Cap will beat you at 7 p.m. But I do love you. But Time Capsule is still our number one channel member.
Yeah, I love you, Time Capsule. And this is not just an idiocracy joke. You know, welcome to Costco. We love you.
So, we're going to talk about a smattering of a lot of different things tonight. I don't think we have a consistent, very directed, singular theme tonight. Going to talk a lot of general Magic stuff. Lots of things have happened in the last week. I know, Pat, you have some thoughts about something that's probably on the tips of a lot of people's tongues, though it doesn't seem to be the most exciting topic. Do we want to begin there with the web slinging, hash slinging, flash slinging, dog singing Spider-Man set?
I think we should first don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and
that's true.
Share the channel with your friends, and maybe consider joining the members only streams for $1. Whoa, it's off center. Maybe
you are not centered, sir.
Minimum $1 a month. You can join in our member only stream at the end of the stream and actually have some extra horizontally gained.
You get all the real estate.
You see us wider.
And Commander Raids, of course. We play some Commander Raids on the members only. We're actually going to start maybe playing some Commander Raids on the standard podcast every now and again. Just kind of get the format out there, have some fun.
That is in discussion, so that you freeloaders, I'm just kidding, so that you non-members also get to enjoy checking out the fun that is Commander. I was gonna say Commander Masters. I don't know why I said that. You know why I said that? Because I haven't had enough coffee. But Commander Raids, and I'll be honest with you, it's completely broken me at this point. Like, one of the topics we had considered talking about behind the scenes this week was the difference in that's easy, Hoist Gracie. But
that's a solid one.
What's that, Hoist Gracie?
I mean, I've always been a fan of Anderson Silva was huge when I was growing up, and honestly, he's still like an icon even after that weird leg thing that happened. But UFC fighters have continued to evolve. I stay really up on that.
So the rule set, which really kind of killed it for me once they started adding in all the rules. I get it. They can't go all ham on each other. Okay. Yeah, right. But I loved it, from the Hoist Gracie days when basically, what was it? No eye gouging and no fish hooking was pretty much it.
Yeah, that was just about it. Yeah. Rampage is solid, honestly. I'll give you a
Rampage
lot of
Jackson.
There. Yeah. Well, he also.
But who can forget Tank Abbott back in the day, or when Kimbo Slice entered the scene?
Okay, maybe that's it right there. Kimbo Slice might have been because of his story. I remember him in bum fights in Florida. He made it. He really did. And honestly, for a dude that just got,
I don't know, it was bum fights. It was more like street fights. But yeah, he was an interesting cat. But I mean, some of the ones that just impressed me when they were in the most was what's it? And I'm sure I'm going to murder his name, but Fedor Emelianenko, was that his name? The Russian dude who just trained with logs and big tires and shit out in the middle of BF nowhere, Russia, and just beat the crap out of people.
A lot of those Stan guys from Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, stuff like that.
You don't remember Fedor? Dude,
way up in the mountains. Yeah, I mean, even
he was scary. That's just a scary human being that will just beat you. No particular style. I just beat you. Because he was just a tough human being.
Well, honestly, I'd like to thank the commenter for
I would like to say their name, but I
have no idea how to pronounce whatever.
I don't know how to pronounce.
I don't.
Oh, you know what that is? That's got to be that new space font from Edge of Eternity. But
it could be Hebrew.
Yeah, I agree. But
it's probably Edge of Eternity.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's either
It looks
one.
like it.
It's either the showcase from Edge of Eternity or Hebrew. Yeah.
Well, yeah, who knows? But thanks for the side journey of UFC. But lots of us here like it.
I think my two favorite ones are Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre. Those are both two badass.
GSP solid.
Dude,
solid.
I loved it. Like even with Tito, I don't like Tito, but he was kind of an asshole. But Tito Belfort or Tito,
Tito Ortiz.
I combined two people.
Was it Griffiths? Matthew Griffiths? Was it Matthew Griffiths? One of the Griffiths. No,
but also, like, what was his name? What was his name? Was it Don Fry? Was that the guy with the porn stash from the 70s?
Hell yeah. Yeah, he was in like the original UFC.
Body slam everybody.
So, okay, so like that's some of my favorite stuff. Sorry to continue down this rabbit hole, but like the original UFC, when they could wear shoes and like clothes and stuff, that blows my mind because they didn't have weight classes either. So to Bob's point, like Hoist Gracie and some of the old school dudes would show up in a full fucking karate gi, and then they'd be against like Don Fry, who's a wrestler wearing actual wrestling shoes, and it's just completely insane. Yeah, I just so surprised that it continued along. Dana White is a madman for investing in the things he does, including the new Power Slap. If you guys have not seen this shit,
I've watched a lot of Power Slaps. That's just hilarious.
Power Slaps.
I've watched a lot of different Power Slaps. Yes.
They've got like the female version of it now, which is great.
Midget wrestling is a real thing. Apparently, you can watch that.
Cancel me if you like, but the midget Power Slap is. That's some good fun to watch.
Of course, Conor McGregor. You might not like him, but like I like the cockiness.
I don't like Conor McGregor.
I like the.
I do like Pat. I do like
Patty shut up. That's real good when he gets fucking destroyed. That's great.
I like Patty the Batty. Like
yeah.
But anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about the
Commander Raid
Spider-Man talking about
in
the ring.
The dog water that is Spider-Man spoiler.
It's not good. Why don't we go ahead and one of the three of us let's race to see who can pull up the cards just to like go through some of this. But like even one they were excited about in the chat, Matt and Pat, when I say they, until I pointed out like this is just it's a bad card.
Well, so like that's the thing is Matt and I were both really excited this morning about a Spider-Man card.
I read that card like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, "This card's the most busted thing I've ever read before in my life." What is
Bob's like, I don't get it, and we
He's like, "What do you mean? It's not that good." I'm like, "What do you mean? You take 2,099 damage? What do you mean?"
No, you don't. You take
turn 4
one shot the Raid Monster, guaranteed turn 4 every time. You can't lose.
I was already like looking over rules, like, no, we've got to put this on our, ethereal ban list. It doesn't really exist, guys. Don't worry.
It turns out,
it's a crap card. Let's at least pull up the cards that we're talking about, like at least that much. But let me tell you, going through the spoilers, there's nothing. I don't even know why you think web slinging is going to be a good thing. Maybe in standard,
and Commander is going to be fantastic.
How
do you enter the battlefield effects? I do. I love enter the battlefield effects. If I can turn them and do them again by casting another creature that does other things as well, yeah. I don't think that the stuff that's been spoiled so far has been fantastic, but they're playable web slinging cards that can give you extra benefits from your enter the battlefield trigger.
So if none of you have seen this, and we'll explain why Matt thinks what he thought, and I think Pat probably saw it too. Just because they put the number or a number on a card does not mean it does anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You cannot cast this card.
I skipped over equal to his power to. I all I read was Spider-Man deals 2099 damage equal to any target.
No. Let's read what the card does first. So the first ability, which you both agree is fucking terrible. So sorry, we're 10 minutes in, but you cannot cast this card until at least the 4th turn. Why on God's green earth is it only 2 mana then? Why would you make a card 2 mana that you can't cast till turn 4 that's likely meant for commander-ish? But let's even talk about that. There is one good thing about this card to me, which I pointed out to Matt, and let's see if you all can guess it in the audience before I get to it. So the only stat line that's even okay, it's good, is the double strike vigilance. Okay. which means this card has 0 evasion entering turn 4. Doesn't really do anything else like refunding the mana to be free, at least on turn 4. And then at the beginning of your end step, if it even survives that long, but I would imagine it will because it's a very unthreatening card, has no haste, has no flying, no protection. And at the beginning of your end step, if you've played a land card or cast a spell this turn from anywhere other than your hand, very difficult to sustain that.
No, it's not. It's easy to do.
Unless you absolutely design your whole deck to be playing from plot.
Well, that's what Commander is.
Graveyard.
So you can't say that. It's easy to do this.
In red and blue only?
Yes, plotting, foretell. There's a ton of different cards that are like exile the top 3 cards. You can play them till the end of your next turn. There's so many cards that do that in red blue. That's not the problem. The problem is that.
But who cares? Look, not only do they have to do that,
2 damage to a target.
Hold on. You also have to juice this guy for it to be any good whatsoever.
Right.
To get up the base power
they kind of
2.
suck.
Yeah, like that's the
we
thing.
talk about equipment. I don't play equipment. They kind of suck.
It was a lot better when I read it incorrectly.
Yeah. It was
worth talking about this conversation
when it was just one shot anybody and turn 4.
Let's get a poll. Who in the audience would play this fucking card? This is the Spooderman card if I ever saw one. Like, this is the hero, the namesake of the set, and this is what they come up with? Let's see if any of you have guessed the only part about this card that I actually kind of like.
He likes not being able to cast it on turns 1, 2, and 3. I'll give you a little hint.
Yeah, that's tremendous.
He subverted your expectations.
It's so dumb what I like about this card that it's dumb.
That's probably a thing to make standard not. This would work in standard, so that's probably a standard thing.
He's flavorful? I don't know Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, I have no idea who
nightmare version of Spider-Man in
2099. He probably came back in time because something in his year was messed up. And
yes, I understand where things can come from, and your graveyard, which red's great at graveyard recursion.
I love Benson. He's flavor-filled. Chill, Bob. It's like no. Like the card does suck, and it's similar to Spider-Man 99.
Let's talk about Doc Ock. Why isn't Doc Ock an 8? Or why isn't Doc Ock an 8 CMZ card? If they're talking about flavor, why isn't he an 8 drop? He's already shit.
The only thing I like about this, and it's bothered me since the beginning, is that Spider-Man's colors are traditionally blue and red, and so is this card.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah.
The dumbest reason. Okay, I like that they finally made a red-blue Spider-Man. But the one that they made, and it's not that I hate this card specifically, even though he's got a weird hand out front and his left foot is melting. It's underwhelming after what we're seeing in EOE. Everything I've seen in the spoilers is super underwhelming.
Yeah, Edge of Return is a banger. I really gotta get around to reviewing the whole set and Final Fantasy. That's another thing. Do we want to move on to that topic yet, or no? Are we okay with Spider-Man? I don't know. I don't really want to cover Spider-Man yet. It's like 6 months away.
But it's not. They dropped 60 plus spoilers, or like 60-ish spoilers this week.
Yeah, because they released the commander, or not the commander decks, the pre-con decks or whatever they are. I don't even know what they are. They're not like pre-cons. Yeah, welcome, whatever that is. What is that?
It's the free ones. It's when you walk into your LGS and they're literally supposed to give you free magic cards.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
The welcome decks? Oh, is that why they're so bad? Is that what they
charge
for
the
welcome deck cards?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. I heard, I don't know, Gavin Vierhay or one of the other pricks. They were talking out the side of their mouth. And more or less, they said in not so many words, we make them so bad, nobody would try to resell them.
Congratulations, you did it.
Yeah, you did. They did exactly that.
They are super underwhelming. Like, I couldn't find a single card. I was like, yeah, I put that in a deck. I looked at all 60 of them going, I wouldn't play any of these.
So Magic the Gathering and Marvel's Spider-Man combines decades of wall-crawling stories with timeless games. There's never been a time better to learn now. And the sets, the welcome decks are one of the best ways to start slinging spells and webs. Available at your local game store, these offer an approachable and exciting way to introduce your friends. What are welcome decks? There are 5 different welcome decks, one of each color, that are tailored towards new players. Each welcome deck includes 30 cards in each box, one in the indicated color, and other random cards of the other 4 colors in Magic. These decks include cards from the Magic Gathering set and Marvel Spider-Man. Cards with the SPM code will be legal in the standard set once it releases. Each 30-card deck includes 1 Spiderweb land. Okay, so there's Spiderweb lands. Additionally, these welcome decks include new cards designed for new players or who players are just starting out. These cards have the SPE set code and are not legal in standard. SPE welcome decks can also be found in the traditional Magic the Gathering collector boosters. There are 5 common, 5 uncommon, 6 rare, and 5 mythics in each welcome deck.
Wait, where can they be found? They can be found in the collector boxes, but they're not standard legal.
Curious about what's inside these welcome decks? You can see the full deck list for each monocolor deck right here. Why they did that? Who? The world may never know. Find your favorite, then head down to your local game store and to start playing. It doesn't actually say that they're free. It just says that they'll be at an LGS. I'm going to get welcome decks. Here we go. They'll be available in WPN stores when the set releases. Additionally, participating game stores will be hosting academy events where you can learn to play with these welcome decks. Simply swing over to your swing over. Anyways, it's so funny to me. Local game store, start playing. I get it. It's a joke.
No, they very well could be free, Benson.
Maybe.
But at any rate,
I don't know. 6 mythics, 5 rares. That's to get for free. I don't know. You could get like 30-cent rares. That resale value could be real high on those. The EV is like infinite.
Yeah. Okay.
And moving on. Like this, so that's Spider-Man this week. Other than I was watching some show where some knuckleheads thought because their local rumors were, well, they seem true that they were canceling Spider-Man set. I'm like, no, they're not.
That'd be ridiculous.
I was like, no, just no.
I mean, even
you know how big a news that would be.
Industry. Like when COVID happened and there was like the writer's strike at the same time, instead of not putting out the movies, they just waited until COVID was over and were like, oh, we'll put it on Paramount Plus and we'll make it so it's first there. Make it seem like it's really worthwhile. No, Wonder Woman 84.
Well, and I think the basic argument was that they didn't get permission to, I don't know, use the Marvel symbol or something. And I'm like, that's the most absurd thing on earth. Like, it's not the most absurd thing, but it was pretty absurd. And I was like, they would have covered that when they had the first problems that were discovered, when they were in contract negotiations, talking about, whoops, we can't put the Spider-Man likenesses on Arena. So likely some local, modern genius saw or heard part of that and then started spreading rumors that, oh, they're not going to sell it. Actually, I'm like, go away. Just go.
So it says, actually, Benson, they are free. Well, they're supposed to be free. Whether the game store follows that rule or not.
And we've been down that rabbit hole before with the other welcome decks. I think the last ones that they made were in 2016.
While supplies last.
I think the last free ones they made were 2016, if I remember correctly.
I have some welcome decks actually.
Yeah, me too.
When I bought that eBay listing that had all that crazy stuff in it. There was I think they're welcome decks. There was like Garuk and Chandra and Jace. Either that or they were some kind of like Gen Con or some kind of promo or something. They were not worth a ton, but maybe they're worth $1 million now because they're old as fuck. And by old, I mean they're like 10 years.
Anywho, so Spider-Man is still not much to talk about, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said in our chat, it's pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be, unfortunately. Similar to Adventures in Forgotten Realms, I think they got the IP and were resting a little bit on the strength of the IP and didn't put the power that usually entices people into buying a set in the set. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't come out until the tail end of September.
I was kidding. They could spoil some more stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Certainly, there could be an entire
Edge of Eternity. How poo were we on Edge of Eternity until it actually started like getting real spoilers? That shit turned around real fast for me. I can't speak for you guys, but
excited for most of Edge of Eternity.
Well, hello.
I forgot about pre-release. It was yesterday. I was supposed to go, but I just completely forgot about it.
I think it's fine, and the problem, I mean, it's both exciting and problematic to me at the same time. And even like some of the boxes that we're seeing that are just absolute fire. You know what? That just dilutes the value of those cards that you're excited about to begin with really rapidly. So if in case you're new to Magic, opening a lot of MH2 was super exciting when you were opening it back in the day. Until you realize that, well, these boxes just don't seem to stop coming. So the market's flooded, and it's still flooded. Those prices are still very repressed massively from when the set came out. I mean, they were talking about like $90, fetch lands because they had special versions. Yeah, I don't think even the hottest, most expensive version of them from Modern Horizons 2 at this point is above $35. So, there are a couple of cards that endured just like almost every set that's ever printed, and it's only because they haven't reprinted it, and that is Urza's Saga. And I think they did give a small reprint to Esper Sentinel, but those are sort of the marquee cards that were not marquee for a long time because, they reprinted all the elementals and banned some of the stuff, and Ragavan got banned, and there's a lot of things that they did to sort of erode the value and excitement of that set. But the biggest problem is that look at a box of it. You can still get it cheaper than what we bought it at 3 years ago because they overprinted the crap out of it. Well, a lot of these reprints that are hot targets right now that you see get hit in a lot of the boxes like the Gemstone Caverns and such. Yeah, if you were holding on to these cards that were super valuable before, maybe Ancient Tomb will hang on because I haven't seen a boatload of those get opened, but I'm going to guess that the OG Ancient Tomb will also drift downwards for a while. And if it hits another reprint anytime in the next few years, we'll also
collector box of MH2 is $350.
They were $300 when it released.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it seems surprisingly low with this like revisited surge in prices when it comes to collector.
That's what I'm saying. When you dilute the market so much of the cards that are in them, it just kills it. So all these people just buy any collector box. I would caution against that.
Right. That's what I mean is, I was just watching Rudy's video before I got on the show tonight, and he was talking about the fervor that people have to just buy any collector's box. And it's like, well,
you should still use your brain.
Yeah.
I don't know that Vivi is busted enough to be in the same conversation as Nadu and Hogak.
I've seen some strong games, but it's not as Nadu
was busted even if you didn't try.
Nadu wasn't even that it was just busted. It was that there were game states where it could take a bunch of time and then not win.
Yeah.
Vivi probably will never have that problem.
When I was playtesting, because I have a Nadu deck and I got Nadu, and then I just pretty much threw anything I had that, was laying around the house into the deck. And it still performed gangbusters well. But to your point, it definitely dirtled. I mean, I would spin my wheels and maybe, keep playing that card, get another card, and do that for a while, and then just not have a game ender. And it was like, oh, this took 20 minutes and nothing really occurred.
It's almost the same reason why I just don't like Sensei's Divining Top should be in every commander deck. I don't put it in any of them for just that reason that, oh my God. It just takes so much time to churn through that card. It's not worth it. And even cards that I'm loath to put in shuffle your deck cards. God, I hate having to shuffle my deck all the time in Commander. It's painful for me. I get it. But yeah, I don't see Vivi getting banned. I really don't. And I don't see it.
Not even close.
I don't see it maintaining its value, not so much because it'll get banned, but more or less because it's just kind of narrow gameplay. It's a kind of very specific style of gameplay that isn't going to appeal to everybody, right? And it's not like it's a widely just great the One Ring kind of card, or Sensei's Divining Top, or any of these others. It's pretty much Vivi is what Vivi is, and you pretty much nuke people's faces off. Okay, cool. It's like a Mizzet style deck, right?
Standard.
I don't know about standard ban. Maybe because I know it did place.
It's
really
doing
high.
pretty well in standard, from what I understand.
Yeah, I know. Maybe, but I have a feeling they'll ban support cards around it rather than VV itself.
Standard, honestly, is I was really only watched games recently, but I watched Covert Go Blue, and just the games that he plays in Standard are just insane. They're over almost always by turn 4. It almost never goes past turn 4, and then like almost every time the player gets to turn 4, they're doing 18,000 game actions. It's way more powerful than I've ever remember Standard being. I remember winning Standard tournaments with a mono blue all commons deck that I put together with Invisible Stalker, and there's like a knife that goes on humans, and it's like an unblockable like 5/5, and you kill them in 4 turns, and that was good. That was actually like a sneaky, like really cheap deck that I put together. It wasn't a net deck. It was just at my local tournament. Like there were a lot of tryhards, and they were like, "What the hell are you playing?" And I'm like, "I'm just playing a deck that I put together with a bunch of commons for fun." And it actually turns out it's really good. That deck would have no chance against Standard nowadays. So nowadays you're reanimating Gulta, dumping your whole hand, Githash comes onto the battlefield, you're discovering 5/5 times, you're reanimating again, and then you're like attacking for 150 on turn 4. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's like they're unifying Standard right now. The whole Standard rotation needs to happen way more. They're crazy.
I said that before, that I don't think that the 3-year thing is helpful. I think it's actually more gross that now you have to deal with the same disgusting fast cards for the next 3 to 5 years.
Of course, yeah, mono red, or is it can just completely stop that by killing you by turn 3 or 4 or 3 or 2.
Sure. Yeah,
I did put up that poll for you. We had 4 votes on would you play Spider-Man 2099? 2 for yes, 2 for no. So it seems as though that was absolutely no help.
No help. Okay, cool. Even got a meh answer on the card.
Yeah.
But no, Standard, like I said, it holds no interest for me. I was talking to you guys about how time capsule.
Hey.
And it's a really it's awful. It's not fun. And not only that, good luck playing anybody in Arena that isn't playing a net deck, even just to do dailies in non-ranked games. It's like this is just a toxic, awful environment. It's not fun to play, and I don't care to just get the here's what the best cards are. Here's how you pilot this deck. Okay, now do this for the next 3 years.
I don't know. The variety of decks that I see are pretty high. Even if they're net decks, they're like at least 10 I can think of off the top of my head that are competitive decks that you can play. So I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. Like the health of the format is decent in variety, even if it is maybe statistically better in the best of like 2 of 3s or best of 3. Because are you playing best of 3 or are you playing singleton?
I'm playing unranked singleton just to do my dailies. There's no benefit to them other than doing dailies.
Not playing best of 3, it puts you in a bracket where people are trying to play the dumb, I do one thing very well. My deck is designed completely around that. If you stop me, then I don't do anything. But if you don't stop me, I'm going to crush your face. So that's why best of 3s are slightly better, because the sideboard changes and it can interrupt a lot of the decks that are doing the crazy thing.
I have no desire to get into those best of 3s. I don't care to. I just want to play my 22 color spells and get my daily. That's it. But these people are trying hard.
Does it not work against Sparky? Do you have to play with other people?
You have to play with other people.
Dailies? Oh.
Yeah. If you have a friend you could play against and like just challenge, you could knock them out every day, like in 5 minutes. Just, hey, let's just both play 20 red, 10 red and black spells, and I don't care who wins. One of us wins. Right? Like that's if you do that, you could be over with your dailies in like 2 minutes.
I have not played Magic the Gathering Arena in probably a year at this point. And even then, I think I just logged on to make like a show of it. I was like, yeah, I logged on because I just stopped caring. I mean, really, as corny as it sounds, the gathering part of Magic the Gathering is super important. I mean, if I'm sitting pantsless in my living room and I'm just like kind of playing solitaire with one of my decks against Commander raids because I feel like turning cards sideways, that's one thing. But for the most part, playing with other human beings, even if it's on spell table, like you guys, if we get in with some of our members and stuff, like that's a great time. But the anonymity and just coldness of Arena does not do anything for me, except to your point, absolute fucking frustration, because I am not spending the amount of time to watch videos about Arena or learn about Arena just so I can ruin some anonymous person's day on the internet or get roped. Good sweet God, that is the worst.
Honestly, that's my only complaint about Arena is the roping part. Listen, at the end of the day, you talk about like getting pub stomped, you talk about like pub stomping other people. The whole purpose of the game is to win, especially on Arena when you're like going in.
Right.
You can't. It's hard for me. I'm super competitive, so I feel salty when I lose. But I really am trying to change my mindset to stop feeling so salty when I lose the game when the whole purpose is for the other player to win. They're not trying to like fucking give me a reach around when they kill me. They're trying to win. So like doing
and I'm fine with that. What I hate is in the journey to get there, they're taking 5 minutes between each decision. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the roping part is the problem.
It's not even roping. They'll just sit there. They have 2 cards in their hand and literally debate for 30 seconds between 2 cards. Which one do they play?
Yeah, when I watch Cobra go blue, he does that sometimes. He starts roping to think like I could do this, I could do that. I'm like, dude, play a fucking card. I have to fast forward through his videos. I like him, but sometimes he's a whiny little bitch and he takes forever. He's a good player though.
See, it's one of the great reasons to have 2 monitors. It really is. So it's just like, you know what? I'm going to continue to watch solo leveling again on my second monitor because it's better than, getting baited in by this person on the internet.
I still need to watch that.
Oh, wait, seriously? You haven't seen solo leveling?
Not the second season, no.
Oh, okay. The second season, the same pacing that they had for the first season where like you start at 0 and you go to 100, it feels like it went from 100 all the way up to like 500. It is
That's just good. I like that.
Impressive. God, that is one of the best shows. That go South Korea. They are kicking ass lately. As far as like media content.
CGB is definitely a very unique Magic the Gathering player. He gets so salty from Mono Red, or is it? And he's like, "Oh, you're such a good player. I love it." He rages so hard about getting wrecked by Mono Red. I get it, man. Like he gets stomped by Mono Red all the time. He's like, "You're so good. You're so special. I love it."
It's kind of like when care about getting stomped. Just hurry up about it. I just want to cast 10 red and blue colored spells so I get my daily done. Just cast what you're going to cast.
I just want to do a thing. Yeah,
I literally almost don't even care what card I play. As long as I hit the 10 colors, because I played I don't know if you guys watched my video about doing dailies quicker by casting dual colored cards to hit your 2 colors for the day. Yeah. All I need is to get 10 cards out on the field. I don't care who wins.
When I played Arena, I would do something kind of like that when I was playing. See, what's funny about that is when I played on your account and I would try to do the dailies every now and again, I would just look through your decks and I would just pick the one that had the colors that I needed for the day.
That's what I do.
And then some of those decks, I'm like, what the hell? These decks. I'm just like, well, I got the daily done, but man, what? I did nothing. I lost so bad.
And I don't care. So just let's get through it quickly, please. It's like a proctology exam. Can we just get this over, please?
That's so
You don't enjoy those?
What's that? Proctology exams or Arena? I don't know which one's more painful.
Yeah, they're probably about the same.
Yo, Michael Superbacker, welcome to the show, buddy. Anyways, wow, are we off topic? This was not intended to be discussed along with UFC.
This has been a very enjoyable show, and I think it's because we didn't focus too much on Spider-Man 2099, just like Marvel.
We can focus on Edge of Eternity some more. Like I actually played Chinook this past Thursday. He was the commander that I was talking about last week with the mono red guy. It's not as broken as I thought it would be. Your players can. So Warp is obviously insane, right? And I had some insane like interactions and some insane turns. I didn't win a single game. And the thing is, the biggest problem that I'm seeing with Warp is that if you don't do it fast enough and like end the game and cripple your opponents, they'll just remove the thing that you warp, and then you don't get to recast it because Warp has to end. You have to end your turn with Warp. You don't get to warp it if it dies. If it gets removed, it's just gone. It's just my opponent just removed my creatures. And I'm like, well, I got that creature for cheap, but then you run out of steam, and then you're just like, well, I got nothing. I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm playing against the lands deck, and my he's got answers for everything. I've got one friend that's like he's the same competitive level as me, so he's got like, a lot of experience with good decks.
What is?
I made it difficult.
Isn't there a colorless artifact that just like ends the turn?
Yeah, Sundial of the Infinite. It's good. I didn't get a chance to play it. I think I drew it one time, but it would I didn't have anything to do anything with it, or I didn't have enough mana. That was one thing that I changed. I'm changing the mountains to snow-covered mountains, and then I'm going to be playing.
Forgot how much I enjoyed Benson's comments. Bob, congratulations! It's the son you never wanted.
Oh,
I'm giving him back.
He's giving him back. Yeah.
No, I love Benson. Benson is one of those highly emotional folks out there on the interwebs, but I enjoy his passion, and if you were to take that passion and apply it to Spider-Man, maybe some more people could love it, because I'm not very passionate about it.
I think one of the big misses for Spider-Man is they use the old Aunt May instead of the hot redhead that they rebooted the series with, and huge miss on that.
Aunt May's pretty strong.
Yeah, but she should also be pretty.
It's something that gets big. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, hot redhead Aunt like that.
Yeah, I would much prefer the hot redhead. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at no old lady. Sorry, old ladies. I know you need loving too, but not from me.
Yeah, seriously, who am I? Other Joe? Jeez. Oh,
yeah,
Joe loves old ladies.
I guess it's only a one encounter if it's a spider, but
so what more did you want to talk about with Edge of Eternities? Because I'll be honest with you, basically, if you want to describe Edge of Eternities in one word or two words, for me, it's power creep, which has its own problem.
A very powerful thing. Actually, you know what? We've got 22 minutes left. Let's talk about finances. You were looking into the earnings reports that WotC released.
I'm not totally prepared. I dug through some of it, and I can give just high-level stuff.
Yeah, just some TLDR.
Doing well, essentially. So they just this week released their quarterly report for quarter 2. And surprise, surprise, they're doing better than last year this time. However, they're not doing better at the pace that they were at the end of Q1. And this is sort of blends into the conversation, in case you guys don't remember, or if any of you in the audience were here. And I had that suspicion that they kind of front loaded everything into Q1 by putting everything for sale 6 months out, And I think
that might explain why they're trying to do spoilers now, to try to keep the hype train rolling.
It's not so much about the putting the spoilers out that and hype train doesn't do as much to drive sales as much as making it available before it's even for sale, which I think is a dangerous precedent to set. I think it's why Q1 was so strong. So if you look at the Q2 numbers, they're good-ish, but if you look at the what's really important for companies, and that is the operating profit or the margins, they decreased drastically quarter over quarter, but they're increased year over year. And then they pushed, the 6-month numbers to make the Q2 numbers feel better. So I think in essence what you're seeing is, of course, the engine's losing steam, and I think it will continue with quarter 3 probably to be not terrific, and I think it'll end the year probably down. And it's this idea of basically WotC's version of living on credit. They're selling sets 6 months in advance, so they get the numbers in those quarters, but they'll have to keep doing that. And what happens when they hit a set that just won't move? Now you're going to be screwed for multiple quarters.
Yeah, they were lucky that the release M30 was so limited, that they didn't try to make it a volume of a set.
One sentence that the sentence that I remember, it was a quote from the earnings report or the shareholders meeting, I think it was. Chris Cox was talking about Lord of the Rings and how much money it made, and they said it made about $200 million in the first 6 months. He said that Final Fantasy made that in a singular day. That's crazy. That means that the money will continue to flow for the next probably 6 months, and it'll probably carry the rest of the year. It's still going to be it's still going to be in print for the play boxes. They're still insanely high prices. Every print's going to make them a bunch more money. They said that they increased the print run on Final Fantasy Play Boosters 5 times before the set release, and it still wasn't enough. That's
double digits.
Crazy.
What they said was more than any other sets by double digits.
They said multiple.
Well, eventually that hype train will run out. It's not like the demand's going to stay that voracious.
Maybe
by putting it out.
Down. I mean,
by
to
putting
your credit, daily Final Fantasy Play Booster boxes on TCG Player 227. That's honestly not a whole hell of a lot when you look at the total sold of 20,000. So I mean, it's definitely starting.
A lot of that's price. Like when they hit a reprint wave, it will pick up volume. But understand, a lot of what was purchased by flippers.
Yeah, me. I mean, I got mine way fucking cheaper. I was crunching numbers before.
I'm not even talking about way cheaper. They have the volume, right? And those the flippers might resurface a little bit when the next wave comes out, but you're not going to have as much of a scalper audience on wave 2. They'll be on to the next thing, the Avatar or whatever, by the time they come out, or EOE will be the hotness. They've got to get these other sets on the printers. You can't just have all of standard being, Final Fantasy boxes that are super overpriced. They have to get these other ones. They're still backlogged for Bloomborough. I mean, if let's get real, they haven't really satiated the demand for Bloomborough, Foundations, Aether Drift. I think they've overprinted. Tarkir is way behind on the print runs.
I don't know if they've overprinted Aether Drift. I think that Aether Drift demand is just super low. Maybe.
Well, then that means that they overprinted it for the demand. Yeah. That's what overprinting means.
Sure.
But
I don't expect. I don't think they expected it to get rejected as much as it was. They probably thought it was really cool. I mean, I don't think they were trying to release bad things.
If you're looking for like that corner case, what would I kind of gamble on? And I pointed this out to you guys. I bet most of the people in the Magic audience can't even remember what the first set of the year was.
Sadly, I looked it up when we talked about it earlier.
Like I said, it's maybe a dark horse there. With the potentially, everybody knows that, collector boxes, they even had a high demand and a low print run, supposedly, according to Rudy, even before the set came out. That was his word, that he's only getting a fraction of his allocation for that.
Was it Foundations?
No, that's not the first set of the year. That was last year.
Oh, last year.
Nope.
So was it Aether Drift?
No.
Innistrad Remastered.
Innistrad Remastered. Nobody talks about, nobody opens, nobody cares.
Was that a real set?
So
it was a better real set. Exactly, man. Exactly.
So that's exactly my point. Even Matt,
the
Gathering content creator, heavy player, he's like, "Is that a set?"
I don't think I did shorts on that set. Was that a real set? No, that was like a remastered set. Yeah, so I don't think I did shorts on that. It was
a real set, But what I'm saying is nobody's playing with it.
That's not reprint set.
That's not a real boy.
That's not a real set to me. To me, a real set new cards. This is just a bunch of reprints,
Commander
right?
Master is also not a real set, but whatever.
I agree. Yes, it's a reprint set. It might be still
it can
still be a good set, but it's a reprint set.
That set is likely to not hit the reprint cycle at all.
Yeah, the boxes the box prices on them are pretty low, considering that if you pull an Edgar an Edgar serialized, it's $2,500. Now, granted, would you pull one of those in 11 boxes?
Just the product. Let's look longer time horizon, right?
Maybe.
10 years down the road, and somebody wants to get an Innistrad Remastered box, those will dry up quicker. If there's just less in the market, they will not be available at some point because they were that stepchild that got missed, right? Wasn't really hyped, wasn't really bought, wasn't printed. I'll guarantee you that's only going to get the print run that it has. You won't see another reprint of Innistrad Remastered. They canceled whatever printer time they had for that.
I don't even know if I have
Final Fantasy in its place. I don't have a box of it.
I certainly know. I know.
I have 0 of it.
I got Crimson Vow.
0 of it. But so again, and that's what I'm saying. It's the ones in the distant future that people don't really talk about.
Crimson Vow.
People will talk about Crimson Vow, and that was in the overprint Cynthia Williams era. But it's the ones that people forget about. You're like, was that a set? They often tend to become the dark horse. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying go throw all your money at it. I'm saying if you want to roll the bones and like that would be a set. Like I have a feeling Final Fantasy is printed in so much quantity. There's a whole lot of it sitting around in people's basements, warehouses, etc. Like even though it was in high demand and high dollar, there's a lot of it that exists. Maybe on the magnitude of Modern Horizons 2. Which is still trying to work through the overprinting glut that it had.
Yeah, I mean, the expectation, for us from Wizards is to see play booster boxes of Final Fantasy for multiple years still coming up. I mean, if it's going to be in standard, we need to have easy access to it. Whether or not if they keep printing it for another 2 years is one thing. But aside from that, there's supposed to be enough supply to be able to keep these cards at a fair enough price. I mean, that's the expectation, at least.
Well, the problem is that it's pushing other sets that shouldn't be. Foundation's supposed to be in print for 5 years.
Yeah.
And what I have a feeling is happening with that is they're like, oh, it'll be in print for 5 years. We'll find room to print it again at some point. Meanwhile, the boxes are what, $150 or so?
Jeez, are they?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, to see the play booster boxes of Final Fantasy, I got mine they were like 140 something. They just about 150 because it was 153 shipped. And now it's 232. I think I just saw. I mean,
I got mine for 139.
Very surprising.
I should have got more.
Yeah, right.
But why? Where at some point you run into a problem that is starting to become apparent behind you, Matt. And that Dual Brain. It's storage, right? Even Dual Brain, I noticed. Dual Brain, your collector wall getting pretty crowded back there, buddy. And Pat, you've already seen my basement and the new 2 racks I just bought. Like,
well, I have a very different approach to how I hold my Magic the Gathering products. Is I hold them in a bag down to the post office after I sell them.
Right. But if you don't do that very thing of quick turnaround, you would probably get along really well with Anger Collections,
Right. Well, so that is
in and out, boy.
To your point, and it's a good one, is I am very selective about my entries into the Magic the Gathering market because I have to have my exit plan in place. And I talked to you guys about it, like with those gift bundles. Okay, I got 6. 1 goes to Matt because he missed out on it. Cool. 5 more. It's either going to be this price point or this date. And it's like I made sure to have that in line when I was going into it. Same thing with the play booster boxes. Was like, okay, one's for my friend, one's going to be for the show, one's going to be on the shelf, and two, they're going to go. And it's like, okay, what are my aims for it? What's my hope that the market reaction is? And I'm really glad, honestly, that there hasn't been a big reallocation of product to people, because I'm actually going to be able to make money selling play booster boxes from a sale. So it's like that.
No, but
that is lucky, but it's also prepared.
I'm really pleased to see that Matt actually sold his holiday collector box. Even if it goes up, I applauded his. Yeah, it could go up, but what if it goes down? I don't really want to have it and then feel bad about having lost all the money that I had in hand. So I think that was a good move for me. You guys know my exit strategy. What is it?
Don't die.
Yeah,
I guess just to die with it.
It sounds so dark to say that to a close friend, but like that's Bob's exit strategy is literally exit. Like
strategy, actually, no. I'll give you a real strategy. His strategy is to die and then give it to his family, and likely his daughter, and then she can do with it whatever she wants with it, or use it later on in life.
Or what else is it hanging about for? You guys are both very witness to this. Matt, you've seen it.
That's what I just said. You or use it later on if for like cool projects or cool little like just things you want to do,
or even just come over to hang out with you and the boys. Hey, you want to crack a box of Commander Raids or Commander Legends, or I think we did it with Unfinity, which I liked. I very much liked that night when we did that.
Yeah, you talked about in our chat, and I put this up in the past before, like doing a Commander Raids deck building thing with a collector box. I'm for it. Now, granted, it will suck a year down the road when the box that we open is 10 times the price or 4 times the price.
But no, we open the point is each of us has a very distinct, by and large, purpose for buying our products. It's not just rip and gamble. Right, it's not an addiction.
Coming up, basically going to have to get rid of
are feeding an addiction.
The whatchamacallit, the precons for collector boxes. That's my goal, is to just continue to replace some of the collector boxes.
I know guesses and see if they would trade.
I know a lot of people will dislike this statement. You should not open Magic for a gamble.
Oh yeah, some people are going to hate that, but they're
unhealthy, unhappy things and unhappy interaction ultimately, because we've opened enough product between the three of us. Would you agree to get a good gauge that opening product is generally not a good idea for making money?
Oh yes, that is very much in agreement. I was at the post office the other day. I had bought a Pokemon box with my cousin like 2-3 years ago, something like that, and I sold it. Huge fucking profit in Pokemon. It's absolutely ridiculous, scary too. But as I was putting it in a box, getting ready to sell it, somebody asked me, "Oh, you're not going to open it up?" Looked it dead in the eyes. It was like the easiest way to lose money on this stuff is to open it. And 100%. I mean, even for the maybe single exception of that is honestly some commander decks. There are a couple of different examples of you get a commander deck and you can open it because the singles are actually just that much more expensive. Warhammer 40K,
only for a period of time though, right? Yeah. Only for a period of time, because the arbitrage will work itself out that it's always going to be a loss.
And with the randomness of, in general, Magic the Gathering products, it is 100% a gamble. And I said this a bunch of times. I don't understand how they can sell it to kids. I feel honestly more likely to win playing scratch off tickets. And I'm not even joking at this point. I really do.
You've never played gotcha games.
Here's what I'll say. There are two content creators I'm going to call out right now. Pack Opening Addict and Robert's Table. I don't know how much I would consider Robert's Table content creator, but he does open stuff online. The way that they open those, and they're paying their own money to open their own product.
Oh yeah.
that they know going in that they're opening it for the thrill of hitting the goods. They're in a financial position where it doesn't hurt them to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know
that's
POA
fine.
well enough
That
from
is,
like, yeah.
That is people drinking, Cristal. That's people eating beluga caviar. That's people that can afford a Lamborghini driving it, right? That's not the same thing that most people are not, Cristal drinking, caviar eating, Lamborghini driving, Magic the Gathering pack opening fans.
No,
That's
people
just not a
nowadays
thing.
are using Affirm and Klarna to get their groceries in 4 payments.
Oh
And
my
like,
God! If they ever use Klarna, if they ever allow Klarna to buy Magic cards,
dude,
God.
you know how much content Joey Moss would make?
Oh my God! Let's not even curse that into existence. Can we erase that from the interwebs and not put it out there?
Oh no,
Klarna and Magic,
turn that
marriage
off.
made in hell.
No, but
oh my
to
God.
speak to POA, like I know him at least tangentially with our conversations and stuff, and he's certainly doing more than fine enough to be able to afford that. And that was one of the conversations we had as creator to creator was how can you foot the bill for that? He's like, well, I can foot the bill for it. And that's as easy it is. I mean, when you and I have had conversations about money, what my level of money and income is, what my disposable income is, certainly different than yours. And when I was having that conversation with his, well, it was very fucking apparent it was a different level. So, I mean, we are not average Magic the Gathering players or content creators because our bases isn't losing money week after week ripping wrappers.
Hold on. Because we only have a couple minutes left here. Number one, can we get the link up for the member show? And number two, Dual Brain. Well, a couple of things. First of all, you missed a couple of products that's been discontinued. What were those packs that were like the 2 colored boxes that they discontinued? They had them in Strixhaven. What do they call that?
The theme packs?
Theme packs, right? Those are also discontinued. Gone, as you put it. What was the only set? Was it Bloomburrow that had the value packs with no rares or whatever?
No, it had rares, but it was just like sometimes.
Like I never even saw one of those packs, let alone
find them, man. Are they still? I want to like.
I've only ever seen them on eBay. That's another one that you missed, Dual Brain, and the other one was the Aftermath style 5-card packs. I don't think you mentioned that either, but there's more. But I was just like, oh man, those jumped out at me that you didn't mention. But at any rate, with Pack Opening Addict, you got to be wrong, Dual Brain, because it's in his name. He's an addict.
There's 7. You can get them for $7 with $14 delivery in Canada
for a value pack.
for a single value pack.
Get out of here. Talk about a guaranteed loss. Holy moly!
So $14 in shipping, so it's $21 for us. It says contains up to 2 rares.
That's awesome. That you can guarantee a financial loss on opening those things. They were so bad they never even really made it to market.
Yeah, I wanted to find them, but I checked my local Dollar Tree and dollar stores. I didn't see them. I didn't see them in gas stations or anything like that.
So what I'll say, Dual Brain, and just so the audience is aware, Dual Brain put out a video that they're going to eventually cancel collector packs. I agree. His point is
out of your mind.
They have canceled every no, I agree with Dual Brain. They have canceled every single SKU they've ever produced, including draft. Now, what has happened, and I think you kind of didn't really mention this, is they will cancel it and it'll morph into something different and more
expensive,
right? More expensive, fewer cards, won't be called collectors, but they will cancel.
Oh, Bob, the investors box.
It'll be the Uber box, right?
The Magic the Gathering's new product for only the real investors. It comes in an anti-theft box.
Oh, I know what they'll call it.
We need to edit on this. Pieces already.
Right.
It'll be called the poo-poo investor box.
Oh,
the poo-poo UFO investor box. The super collector pack.
The real collector's box.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's where it'll go. I agree they'll cancel the collector product at some point. Go check. I don't have the link to it. I wish I could put that in here, Dual Brain. But go check that video out from Dual Brain if you haven't watched it. And thank you very much, everybody. Again, I'm going to appeal to you like Matt did early because he's far more professional than I am at this YouTube thing. Please consider liking, subscribing, and if you got 99 cents a month, well, consider being a member and joining us because we're about to head over there and talk to our members only. That's right. You saw it here first that we had Time Capsule hitting 12-month membership. Giddy up.
It's pretty sweet.
So,
well, hey,
thank you for being here, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
I'm not dancing.
My neck. I might not be